The desire for wealth. Why people want money and what it allows you to do. I've learned something simple but powerful over the years. Everyone wants to be rich, but very few people ever stop to ask why. We say we want financial freedom or enough to never worry again. But if I asked you to define what that really means, you'd probably pause. Because deep down, it's not the money itself we're chasing. It's what money represents: freedom, control, choice, security, respect, and sometimes revenge against the version of ourselves who once struggled. When I was younger, I thought wanting to be rich was shallow. Society trains you to feel guilty for wanting more, as if ambition is greed. But later I realized wanting wealth isn't about greed, it's about growth. Money to me is the language of possibility. It's the tool that turns someday into today. When you have it, life feels like expansion. When you don't, life feels like survival. Let's be honest. People are motivated by very human emotions. Some chase wealth out of fear, the fear of scarcity, of never having enough. Others chase it for freedom, to escape the clock, the boss, the system. No matter the reason, one truth remains. The desire for wealth is deeply human. It's not about paper or digits on a screen. It's about leverage, power over your own circumstances. You might hear people say, money doesn't buy happiness, but the lack of money, that buys stress, anxiety, and a sense of helplessness that can destroy happiness completely. Money can't make you happy, but it can give you options. And options are the oxygen of freedom. Money is misunderstood because we see it as a thing, a static object to collect. But in reality, money is a mirror. When you trade your time for money, you're really trading life energy. Wealth isn't the pile of cash. It's the position of power that lets you direct your energy toward things that matter. You can use it to buy comfort, to fund creativity, to protect your family, to build something meaningful. I often think about a line from Think and Grow Rich. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Napoleon Hill wrote that nearly a century ago, and it's still true today. Desire is the spark that ignites the fire of achievement, but it must be focused, refined, and directed. Without direction, desire turns into frustration. Without structure, ambition becomes chaos. But without desire, nothing begins. Let me tell you something that might sound harsh. People don't change when they should. They change when they must. When the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, that's when transformation begins. So if your desire for wealth doesn't come with a little bit of discomfort, if it doesn't sting, if it doesn't light a fire, it's not strong enough yet. When I started chasing my financial goals, the motivation wasn't glamorous. It was simple. I was tired of feeling limited, tired of being told what my time was worth, tired of watching life pass while others played the game at a higher level. That frustration became fuel, and that fuel built momentum. If you're serious about wealth, you have to get brutally honest about your motivation. Don't censor it to sound noble. The why doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be powerful. Society loves to glorify being content. You'll hear people say, you should be happy with what you have. But don't confuse gratitude with complacency. Being grateful doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you appreciate the journey while still moving forward. Some people disguise fear as contentment. They're not at peace, they've just stopped trying. You are meant to grow. Nature expands, the universe expands, and so should you. Your desire for more isn't wrong. It's instinct. Wealth in its purest form is not about luxury, it's about expansion. Expanding your impact, your opportunities, your potential. Let's talk about what money actually gives you. The tangible and intangible freedoms. Freedom of time. You buy back your most valuable asset. No one truly wants £1,000,000. What they want is not having to wake up to an alarm clock. What they want is choice, to say yes or no on their terms. Freedom of mind. Money removes the low-level anxiety of survival. It lets you think clearly, make better choices, and live strategically rather than reactively. Freedom of association. You can choose who you spend time with. You're no longer forced into environments for financial necessity. You build circles of alignment, not obligation. freedom of contribution. Wealth gives you the ability to give, whether that's supporting family, causes, or building something bigger than yourself. Real fulfillment starts when survival ends. Freedom of purpose. With security comes clarity. You stop asking, how do I survive? And start asking, what do I want to build? These freedoms are why people truly want wealth. It's not about buying things, it's about buying back yourself. Here's the paradox. The same desire that motivates you to get rich can also enslave you if you never learn balance. Some people start the wealth journey full of purpose, but lose themselves chasing status. Their desire becomes comparison, and comparison is a thief. The key is to let money amplify who you already are, not replace it. If you're empty, money will only make that emptiness louder. If you're driven by purpose, money will magnify that purpose. The world doesn't need more people obsessed with looking rich. It needs people determined to become rich by building, creating, and contributing value. It's okay to want more. It's okay to dream of abundance, to want luxury, to build empires, to chase freedom. Wealth creation is one of the most noble pursuits because it forces you to grow. The more wealth you build, the more capable you become. Scarcity distorts everything. It changes how you think, how you act, even how you treat people. Once you escape survival, your entire world opens up. You start making choices from strength, not necessity. Something fascinating happens once you start earning real money. You begin to see life differently. That shift from affordability to value is the true mental transformation of wealth. Wealth teaches you responsibility. Money doesn't make you moral or immoral. It simply exposes who you are. The internal journey begins with the understanding that the pursuit of wealth isn't just financial, it's spiritual, emotional, and intellectual. In this journey, you'll face moments of doubt, failure, and fear, questioning whether you're built for it. But through that struggle, you'll discover something more valuable than money: self-belief. Because when you start from nothing and create something, you prove to yourself that you can shape reality. And once you believe that, you become unstoppable. That's why I always say, money isn't the goal, it's the proof. There comes a moment when the external and internal align, and you stop chasing the image of wealth. You begin to love the process, not just the result, because you realize wealth isn't an event, it's an identity. You start asking, who do I need to become to attract wealth naturally? Wealth flows to those who embody the traits of discipline, consistency, and vision. The moment you embody those traits, money becomes a byproduct. So let me ask you, why do you want money? Get clear on what wealth means to you. Not society, not Instagram, not your peers, you. Because clarity is power. And this clarity will fuel everything that comes next. The desire for money is the beginning, but desire alone won't make you rich. In the next stage, I'll discuss how to turn that raw desire into sustainable drive. Because anyone can dream of being rich, but the ones who actually make it are the ones who keep going when the fire starts to dim.